Stereo Man back again. Today we're working on a 93 Chevy Silverado pickup truck. Regular cab, long bed. Now this install is going to involve several things. First thing, the customer wants an in-dash DVD player and with Bluetooth. And then also we're going to install some strobe lights all around, and also some blue lights in his front and back windows because the individual is a firefighter and he's authorized to have those lights. So check it out. Oh, you didn't know Greer Auto Accessories also installs emergency lights? Learn something new every day, don't you? Alright, but now I'm going to tell you, I only install these for firemen and cops. So no impersonator is going to come to me and say, hey, I want some lights in my car, because guess what? It ain't going to happen. This model truck, the 88 to 94 models, had a unique dash design because, as you can see, the factory radio is right here. But you cannot put an aftermarket radio in that location because it's not wide enough. So what I'm going to do is, he has an aftermarket radio right here. It's a Panasonic CD player, but it's just really basic. It doesn't have auxiliary or Bluetooth or anything like that. So I'm going to remove that one and install the new one. And then in place of the factory radio, I'm going to put a pocket there for him where I can put his switches or whatever for his strobe lights. Remember, people who are not professionals should not attempt to install vehicle electronics. It's just that simple. Make the call to Greer Auto Accessories, 708-821-3526. And here's the new stereo right here. Much better than the other one. And here's all the strobes and the lights and everything that's going to be installed in here as well. Here's the power supply, which will power 6 strobes, which is what he has. And then here's the LED lights right here that are going in the back window. It's 2 of these. And then here's all the wiring for the strobe tubes, and the individual strobe tubes are in these boxes here. Parking lights have been removed from the vehicle, as well as the tail lights. I've also advised the customer that needs to pick up some more of these cables here, because they are extremely important, especially if you're hauling cargo, because the cable is what supports the weight on the tailgate, because most of them can support 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. And if you don't have those cables on there, then that little metal bracket could break, and then you could end up getting your foot broken, which I've seen happen to people before. As you can see, both of the tail lights and both of the front parking light assemblies have been removed to facilitate placement of the strobe tubes. They look like this. They require drilling a 1-inch hole in the light housing. Now I was looking at this, and because I'm going to put 2 of them in each tail light, I have just enough space right alongside here to each one. And then the parking lights, I got a little more room. Put one right here and then one right here. Now a quick tutorial on strobe tubes. Now strobes have what they call xenon gas, and the power supply for the strobes acts as the igniter, similar to the high power xenon light bulbs in cars. Strobe tubes can only sustain extremely bright bursts of light for short, very short periods of time, like milliseconds, just a fraction of a second. Now with these are the kind like I'm installing in this vehicle. They have the rubber all around it, and it has a little indentation right here, because when you drill the 1-inch hole, it fits in there really snug, and then it this little part right here locks it in place to prevent any moisture or anything getting in there. Now these kind of strobe tubes, I have one of these laying around because a police officer I know had me uninstall these kind from his vehicle, and I put some of the good kind in, like these, because these here, you see they have the holes that you have to put screws into the headlight housing, in addition to drilling the 1-inch hole. And then this hard plastic has no kind of a moisture barrier to it, so that's why they probably don't even make this kind anymore. Alright, we're back. Strobe tubes are all mounted. The parking lights have already been reassembled, put back in there. See, here's one strobe tube, here's the other one. And the same thing with the other tail light, both of the strobe tubes. Now, The only minor issue that we're gonna have here is that the two for the front, I'm using the 9-foot lengths of cable that it came with, and the ones for the back, I have 4 lights, but I have 2 9-foot lengths and I have 2 15-foot lengths. The 15-foot lengths will be enough to reach from the tail lights of the vehicle to the dash or either under the seat. But the 9-foot lengths, not gonna be quite long enough. So what I'm gonna have to do is interrupt these, which means I'm gonna have to cut them and then put some more wire in place to extend it about probably 3 to 4 feet. Now I'm ready to mount the power supply for the strobes, and I'm gonna mount it under the driver's seat. But there's really not a lot of room to work with, as you can see, so I'm gonna end up just taking the whole seat out and taking all this stuff he has in here out and throw it in the bed of the truck until I'm finished. So it looks like these bolts, they're 15 millimeters and they're really rusted, which means they're gonna be hard to get out. But it's good to spray a little WD-40 first. Hopefully it'll get down in there a little bit, and I'll be back. As you can see, the driver's seat has been removed from the truck, and I just put it in the bed of the truck just to get it out of my way. Now, as you can see, when I pulled up the carpet a little bit, a lot of trucks, they'll have a hole either in the floor or in this panel in the back right over here, but this truck does not, so I'm gonna have to drill one in order to run the cables for the strobes through. As you can see, the hole's been drilled, and it should allow me enough room to send all 4 cables through. Now I've got the power supply in here, and all the cables run for the strobes. I just got to tie those up and connect them. And then also I've got the radio out, as you can see. Also I took that aftermarket radio out, and I'm gonna put that flip out DVD in, and then right here where the factory radio was, now it's a pocket there. Stereo Man back again for the conclusion. Job is finished. Another flawless install at Greer Auto Accessories. Now in this vehicle, once again, we put in 6 strobe tubes, 2 in the parking lights in the front and 4 in the tail lights. Also wired in a blue light on the passenger side, top of the windshield, and then LED blue lights in the back window as well. Everything's hooked up to 2 switches, and nice switches on the dash. Looks nice and appealing and everything, like those nitrous oxide switches, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. As you see in the vehicle, everything is nice and neat, as it should be. Here's the switches that I installed in here. These are the switches like people put on their cars when they have nitrous oxide. So you flip that lever up, and then you can flip the switch up, and then when you hit the lever down, then it turns the switch off automatically. And then once again, here's the pocket where the factory radio was. And now here's the new radio, and I'll show you. Pretty nice, huh? Now this system is navigation compatible. The customer just doesn't have the navigation unit. Then the cool thing about this radio is that it has detachable face, and also the face of it motorizes in when you turn the ignition off. This portion of the face comes off as a theft deterrent feature, I guess, even though It's like super tiny, and most thieves probably wouldn't even notice that the face is missing from there. The cool thing about this is that if the face is not on and you turn the key on, the radio will not power up. As you can see, the light just flickered, and it will not power on because it's in the theft mode, which is a good thing, because then if someone were stupid enough to steal it, then the radio would be useless to them unless they probably paid as much money for this little thing as the radio cost. Now check out the lights, the lights, the lights.
Flashing lights, lights, flashing lights, lights, flashing lights.
Remember, you can have this too if you're a cop or a fireman, that is. Greer Auto Accessories, 708-821-3526. All you got to do is dial the number. It's just that simple.